Hello, everyone. This is Hamza Mazhar Sheikh, CEO and founder of Our Garden Corporation. Uh, Today, I want to talk about a very interesting query that I received earlier on through my email, and that was from a certain Vinesh Kumar, an Indian business owner from New Delhi, and he manufactures premium sanitary faucets and toiletry equipments in India. And the query was that he wanted to expand towards global sales channels, and he wants to target people all across the globe. And one of the, from what I've seen and from what I've read from his email, that he manufactures luxury class, one of the most expensive toilet sets and faucets and shower heads, rain shower heads actually. And he wanted to grow, as I mentioned earlier, that he wants to grow globally, which is a very nice thing, and it caught my eye. This is the first time I'm taking someone's name in a video, but it is something very interesting, and I have lots to contribute. And I thought that making a video out of it would be a very nice thing to, to tell people how, in terms of how they should, expand their business and what kind of things that they should do. Apart from this, there are numerous things that I want to tell you in terms of this certain consultation perhaps, and I hope that Vinesh takes good advice from it, he seeks inspiration from it, and it would be very nice for me to, see that, if if even if he has implemented a single thing out of what I have to say. So without further ado, I'll start with this. So when it comes to, a business that manufactures premium grade toiletry equipments and faucets and shower heads and rain showers. I'll just say toiletries and faucets in the future. It goes too long when I'm speaking. So the biggest thing is that the first, you have to see what kind of product are you selling. So it's a luxury segment product. He says that it's very expensive. So I'll assume that they're fancy and they're very expensive and that they're functional as well. So, regardless of the fact that you're selling something which is very luxurious and fancy and has a very nice and attractive design, in this particular category, it needs to be functional as well. So, if it's not functional, then there's no point of actually selling it. So, I assume that everything is functional. I'll assume that all of the legal requirements in India as a business are fulfilled when it comes to exporting products outside of India. So, let me tell you what Vinesh is supposed to do. The first thing is that he needs to test his product. He needs to conduct a comprehensive market research, and he should probably start by targeting organizations in the United States. And I'll explain in detail in terms of how he should uh, target these organizations in USA. The first thing is that Vinesh needs to understand that he needs to target people who will first and foremost, you know, without these people who can take risks and will have a successful trial of his product. So when it comes to that, the first component of the supply chain in other countries are the importers actually. So what importers do is that when they see a new product, they go for it. They are they take the biggest risks, and I'm often amazed in terms of when I see them function, because they, in most of the case, they don't even research. They just look at the product and they know that it's going to get lots of sales, and it's going to generate lots of revenue. So the first people to target are importers. You need to research, you need to find data. You can always use Clay and Apollo for that, and you can find organizations that are importing these kinds of products, because they'll be the first people to introduce your product to that other country. On a secondary level, once you're done with the importers, the next thing that you should do is you should potentially look for construction contractors, and not just normal construction contractors. By construction contractors, I mean uh, those firms, those construction companies who take contracts of fancy houses, who take contracts of fancy hotels and B&Bs, or getaway locations and resorts, because this is where your product will be used. So you need to contact these contractors and you need to offer your product to them. Now, this is where the additional idea of incentive and commission comes in, and you need to understand that while B2B no matter how good your product is. And if you're doing B2B, and while doing B2B, it is imperative to offer commissions and to offer margins to intermediaries who are selling this product, because it's at the end of the day, it's them who's doing all the effort. And we're just shipping our product outside of our country. So we need to offer additional commissions and incentives and to intermediaries, because they're doing lots of efforts for that. So you can always offer your products to contractors. You can also offer them incentives. You need to measure while doing the market research in the first place. You need to measure a comprehensive benchmark, and you should measure your product against it. You should probably buy some of those products which are already in use in those markets, and then measure your product's functionality, its aesthetic look and feel, its design, the kind of luxury it enforces and it offers and features. And when doing that, you'll know the kind of benchmark your product stands against. You'll know that if you're selling a better product, then you should probably charge more. And if your product is not as good as theirs, there's always a chance that these kinds of organizations are looking for cheaper alternatives. So that's how things go. The first ones are importers. The second ones are contractors. Now, at the third level, you can always contact additional intermediaries, and you can. There are two kinds of people in this particular category. The first one are the retailers, actually, to whom through retailers, I mean people who sell to those people who are looking to create and construct their own houses. And you can also sell this to people and organizations who offer home designing facilities or resort designing facilities, designing actually services to other organizations. So there are two kinds of people in this category. There are two kinds of components. The first one being the ones who retail to the people who consume this product, which are probably the people who want to, buy it for their hotels or their homes or their apartments or penthouses. But at the same time, you also have to target the people, the second ones actually, designer firms that offer design facility to other businesses and firms. I hope that I've made this clear. This is the kind of supply chain you will be looking into, and all of this data is easily accessible through Clay and Apollo. And with time, you'll do networking, and you'll get more people to sign up with you as well. Apart from this, there's additional things that I'd like you to enforce on your business right here in New Delhi, and that is that you should create two businesses out of your one business. The first one being a B2B business, which offers and manufactures your facility, which offers your manufacturing facility as something at the forefront, and you're looking for B2B buyers. And at the secondary level, you should probably start with a little bit of retail to and create a brand out of your toiletry and faucet products. The reason to that is that once you create a brand, once you create a digital presence out of it, you'll start doing branding for it, and you should potentially create a branding strategy based on peace, comfort, luxury. You should offer ideas based on TV commercials, actually DVCs, in which you can show luxurious washrooms, functional washrooms, and the kind of luxury they offer. You can always associate with the social economic class, AAA and MAA, or even A1 and A2, because these are the kinds of people that will potentially eventually buy this. So I believe that this is a very nice way to do things. Create a brand out of your business, tap intermediaries, start with importers, go along with contractors, and then go for home designing firms and people who are actually sell to the consumers. So creating a brand out of it, creating a B2B presence, both of them should be distinct from each other. They should be connected but distinct. One offers B2B, the other one offers B2C. And always go for new sales channels. You might have to issue credit for it as well. But that's how businesses are. That's how, that's the kind of risk that's always associated with businesses. Apart from this, you should also file an LLC in United States or UK, potentially United States, because you'll be functioning over there, and you could offer financing on your shipment to your customer indirectly through bank when he chooses to buy a product, which can also lead to additional easier customer acquisitions. I hope that I made this clear. I can always elaborate on this, and there's lots that that can be covered. But remember to create a brand out of your retail setup, because you have to convince people to buy your product, and it needs to be very luxurious in the DVC. You need to create a proper branding strategy out of it. You need to, you would want people to feel the comfort that you're offering just by buying a faucet or a rain shower head from you, because that's how things really are. And I hope that they experience this. And if this, all of this that I've said, if this is crafted in a very sensational manner, you can succeed. It would take time, but you would succeed globally. And my services are open to you as well. I've consulted with you on this one, and I can always offer my services to you. So I hope that I've made my point, and I hope that I've explained lots of stuff. There can always be things that I've missed, or that might come into my mind after on, but I can always share when people, they email me and ask me for more. So stay tuned for more. That's it. Thank you very much, and grow global with our